past 10 years, what do you observe is there any sort of like a trend or growth or anything like that when it comes to medical insurance?
There has been. I mean, even despite the recent problems and the rate increases is not recent. Actually, it's been around for quite some time. But the growth of the insurance business has been fairly steady, even though penetration has been difficult to crack. Into that high double-digit number. Mm-hmm. It's about 40-some% when you count for duplicate policies.
Right.
And so there's still a lot of room for growth. But the medical business has grown quite steadily, and it really started with the introduction of what we refer to colloquially as the cashless card. I remember when I was in AIA 25 years ago, it started back then, where it allowed a patient to be admitted without having to pay a deposit,
right.
And it became popular. And every year we add about 200,000 to 400,000 new policyholders.
That being the case, why do you think that the demand for medical insurance is still growing? Like you said, 200 to 400,000 policies a year.
Well, surprisingly, the group business is growing actually quite slowly. I mean, at least for Liam perspective, when I look at the numbers, it's been around 4 million plus minus the last several years.
And that's quite a small percentage of the workforce, right? The formal workforce. You took out the civil servants.
16 million, is it the formal workforce?
Yes.
I mean, including
civil servants,
right?
Yeah. But even if, let's say, we take the workforce, at about 12 million, you're talking about maybe just one third.
Yeah. 1/3, right.
Yeah.
So there's still, I think, a lot of small businesses don't offer medical insurance. I mean, it's an expensive proposition for many businesses. There is room for growth, but we still see more growth in the individual side than we do on the group side.
Okay. When did you start to see the escalation in the number and also cost of claims via medical insurance after COVID?
Yeah, so as you said, during COVID, people avoided going to the hospital unless they needed to, right?
Yeah.
So we saw a bit of a respite in claims. Even though, believe it or not, even though 2020 there was a slight drop in the amount of claims, it was like 2%. But even in 2021, it went up a bit. But it really went up gangbusters in 22, 23. 24 has started to temper, which we're a little bit encouraged by.
So this is volume of claims, not necessarily value of claims.
Right.
Yeah.
The value of claims went up modestly, about 7% a year.
Okay.
Which we saw in the pre-COVID times as well. We did a 5-year study of 4 million claims. It was about 7 to 8%.
And this is total claims or individual claims by value that went up 7%?
Individual claims by value.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So per incident.
Yep.
Right. So prior to COVID, you could almost bank the incident rate, we call it, right, which is the number of insureds, let's say, per 100 that seek treatment in a year. It would be around 10 or 11%. But we saw that go to 25% in 2023.
Oh.
So I mean, it was just an incredible spike, which put a lot of pressure on insurers. Partly also because during COVID, we were deferring premium increases.
Yep.
So some of the premium increases that were enacted in 23 and 24 were a catch-up all the way back to 2019 and 2020 because there was a moratorium on increases during COVID.
What do you attribute to this increase in claims? Is it because people were seeking medical treatment for cases associated with COVID and or they just had deferred operations and whatnot that they pushed to after COVID?
By and large, when I talk to medical professionals, it's really the putting off of elective procedures.
Yeah. Things that are not so serious, they can wait.
Let's say a knee replacement or
your
some
hip
other
replacement.
Some other non-life-threatening condition. It may be annoying and troubling and medically necessary to address, but they can put it off, right?